forces staffing, are they adequate, over, or understaffed?
I'm going to cite some facts. And I've heard, I'm also going to say hearsay, that we are understaffed. I had access to a survey that was given to all of the, not all of the city employees, but most of the city employees. That was one of the biggest things that they cited, was understaffing in their department. As chair of the police, fire, and health, I'm very pleased with what our staff are doing with what we have. They are also getting grants that assist the city in not having to fund as much as what we would have. So, give me that one more time.
What is your view of the safety forces staffing? Are they adequate, over, or understaffed?
So, I would have to get information from the staff. When we approve a budget, we do not see what the staff, what the people, our employees, are requesting. Are they requesting more staff? Can they tell why or why not they do or do not? Just the facts. Collaborate, talk with them. What can we do?
Hi, last week I had a meeting with Chief Strange about some issues that we were discussing, and he said that they're back to full staff in the police department. They're happy that finally they've achieved that level. The fire department, I believe, still is lacking a few positions, but I think they're working on bringing that up to staff. Some of the other city departments, the electric, the water departments, I know that at our last council meeting, the mayor talked about how they're trying to hire some people for some positions, and they're having some trouble getting those positions filled. So yes, there is understaffing in our city. I know our parks are a reflection of that, because being understaffed, they don't get to mow as often as they should, or do some of the maintenance work that they could do if we had full staff at that time. And what can we do about solutions? Well, we're trying to hire people. We're trying to also make certain that the people that we do have work efficiently, and that they are posted in places that are most needed in our community. So all those things, I believe, are working well, but with my meeting with Chief Strange last week, he did say that they have finally achieved their full staff positions. So, and I was happy to hear that as well. Thank you.
Pretty much on my first day as mayor, I'm going to send out to all the city employees a survey with 3 questions. What's the one thing your department's doing correctly? What's the one thing you're not doing correctly? And what is the one thing that would make your dream, make it a dream department? Take that information. And if a lot of that is understaffing, then let's look at the understaffing. And let's look at why are you understaffed? Because people say, oh, can't find work. Well, what's the qualifications on there? I come from Intel, and for a very short time, they tried to say, just to be a technician, you need to have a 4-year degree. But just last year, a 4-year degree, you could have been an engineer. Anywhere else, you could have been an engineer. And, so we got to look at the qualification. Are we setting the qualifications so high that we can't get anyone in there? Or are these qualifications needed? These are the things that we need to understand and look at. It's not like, oh, the easiest answer is like, oh, no one wants to work. No, maybe they can't, because they don't have that one level of it. Maybe somebody's going to have a high school diploma and we won't allow GEDs. Well, why not? We can allow GEDs. These are the kind of questions we need to look at and find out where are we lacking and what can we do to improve that. Thank you.
Actually, I think the question was police and fire. Are they over or understaffed? I think they're in pretty good shape right now, what I understand. Not like some of the other departments. I guess it's okay to go ahead and talk about the other departments. The street department has got 4 employees. The line department's got 4 employees. Someone's getting ready to retire. The filtration plant's in trouble. We need a lot of help there. And if I'm mayor, this will happen. Thank you.
I believe the question was specifically focused on safety forces. Is that correct, Christina? Okay, so that's what I'll address. As Kathy indicated, she has the most recent information from Chief Strange. And as far as I know, the police department is basically at full staff. The fire department is sort of a different issue. There was a grant. First of all, we have the world's best grant writer in the person of Phil Jackson, who is our police chief. Our fire chief. He would be surprised to hear he's police chief. But I don't know if you followed city council over the last few years, but Phil will come every 2 months with a new grant that he has found from someplace. And he came with staffing grant some time ago called the SAFER grant, I think it was called. And that provided fire department personnel. But the unfortunate thing with the SAFER grant was there was a sunset clause on it. It wasn't unlimited money till the end of time. But that's the kind of resources that we have in place at the city to try and address these issues. It goes back again to the whole issue of finances. And because we have to be able to provide a competitive wage for firefighters that will encourage them to seek out jobs in Galion and to stay here with our department. Firefighting, and of course we have an EMS here with Galion, which is a wonderful blessing that we have here. We actually provide EMS services on a contractual basis for townships around us. And it's a wonderful way to bring some additional revenue into the fire department. But again, that's the key. Financial issues are the key, as they always are. But thank goodness we have a fire chief that is taking his responsibility seriously to find money.
We have great safety services. Your police department, your fire department, the personnel that work in those are top-notch. And the simple answer is, and from my viewpoint, is that our staffing is adequate. We provide the services that the community needs with the resources that we have. We don't have the funds to increase them. We are already subsidizing the police and fire grants, both of those grants by general fund monies. 100% the SAFER grant was allowed the fire department to get 3 new employees. That has sunset. Those 3 employees are now being paid out of the general fund. So the general fund had to incorporate that at about roughly $250,000 to $300,000 a year on that grant for 3 years. It was a $750,000 grant. Again, long-winded answer. Trust your police and firemen. They go out there and they do a great job. The fire department does have the ability to bill for medical services on their squad runs. The last couple of years, they're generating around $400,000 in revenue from insurance runs for the hospital runs. And guess what? Y'all aren't paying for it because the city is free. If you live in the city, it's free. So this is billing that we're getting on people that we're dealing with outside of that. Again, very adequate staffing. I do have a good relationship with both Chief Strange, Chief Jackson, And, if they needed more, they would be asking me more and how we could work on the budget for that, and neither one of them are doing that. So, that's where I'm at.
You answered, correct?
Can I go again? Uh-huh.